If you could, please repeat after me. Peace, Ashe, Islam, Namaste, Hotep, Grand Rising, Assalamu alaikum, Walaikum Salam, Mumdia, Oseo, Halito, Wagwan. What up, though? Rahubat, Konnichiwa. Um, whatever the greeting is in your respective language, I am your humble brother Crumb here for another installation of Crumb TV. You already know what it is, family. This video is called Trump Exposed. That's right, family. But listen, before we get into all of that, I want to do what I do best, and that's acknowledge the family. So I want to acknowledge the first responders. Um, so I'll do that before we go any further. Number one in the building. Well, it's not any numbers or anything in particular, but I can't share European Jesus. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna have to do it another way because I can't show the family like how. There we go. There we go. There we go. King Artorius. He says, "Peace, family. I see you. I love you. I appreciate you. That's been my A1 since day one. He's been down for a very long time. Always good to see you." Number two in the building. Who we got next here? It's my good brother Jeff Knows. Always good to see you. He says, "What's up, Crumb?" I say, "What's up, back?" Jeff is another one. We call those are usual suspects. The family that's been down forever. You know how long forever is? Who we got next in here? That's right, family. It's my good brother Robert Johnson. He says, "What up, though?" Robert is out there in the 313. If you know where the 313 is, put some respect on the name. None other than Detroit. Actually, next we have Kick Rocks. Kick Rocks is out there in Crow Hill family. Crow Hill is the real name of that area, but the name that you might know it better as is Crown Heights, uh, Brooklyn stand up. Um, I see you. I love you. I appreciate you. Mr. Vinagati, he says, "Peace at Crumb TV. I see you. I love you. I appreciate you." B. Roy, good to have you back, Crumb. Uh, yeah, for the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna try to be a little more consistent. Seven Thunders Realm says, "Wagwan family, I see you. I love you. Much respect to the island family." Um, the Hood Maverick, he says, "Peace, Crumb." I'm saying peace back. I'm humbled. I'm honored. I'm grateful. Uh, Dieri, I always be hesitant to say your name because I be concerned that I'm pronouncing it wrong because respect is epitome. It's the epitome. It's a cornerstone. So I want to put some respect on your name. Please charge it to my mind, not my heart. She says, she said, uh, greetings, everyone. Also, Cosmic Sight. That's the first time I'm ever seen a name anywhere like Cosmic Sight. He says, "Peace, Brother Crumb. Will of the Moon, Grand Rising, Brother Crumb. Uh, Empress Me, abundance, love, wholeness, much respect." Um, Conscious Connect says, "Peace. I see you. I love you. I appreciate you." Um, Jake Kebadu. I was struggling with that, but he had said, "Love, brothers, much love." The Parker, "What's up, Crumb TV?" I'm saying, "What's up, family?" I'm grateful. D Jamil, "Peace, Crumb." I'm saying peace back. It's this feels really good. Jake also says, "I've been waiting for this one." Actually, yeah, me too. That's funny. But here, so we're almost at the 5 minute mark. Shout out to everybody who's coming in. Charge it to my mind, not my heart. That we couldn't get to you time. I just want to respect everybody's time. So with that said, I want to introduce you to my good brother. Um, and let you know who he is. Good brother, how are you?
Peace, peace, peace. What's going on, bro? I appreciate you for bringing me on. How are you doing today?
All is well, all is truly well. I'm humbled, I'm honored, I'm grateful. Uh, But before we get, and I'm excited to get started. But before we get started, really quickly, if you could, brother, could you tell the family who you are and where we can find you at?
Peace, everyone. I am DJ Bay, also affectionately known as Trust Fund Baby. You can find me on YouTube at Trust Fund Baby, on IG official Trust Fund Baby, and on Facebook and other platforms. Usually it's under Trust Fund Baby, but on Facebook is D space J Jones Bay. And I deal in financial literacy, and I teach people how to get money, dealing with government contracting, scaling automations. We do tech development, product services, but I also deal in, like I said, financial literacy, helping people to have transgenerational wealth, secure the bag with the trust, and also scaling companies' valuation. If it's about money, I'm about it. And also help people with genealogy. I am a Lenape American Indian, and my people was the first to sign a treaty with the United States back in 1778. So we leverage that when it comes to government contracting and also just how we deal on a day-to-day basis. So I help people do the same thing.
I'm grateful for having you on, brother. We are cut from the same cloth. You are definitely on your grind. Uh, even now that's in your personal life with your family. I'm grateful for y'all. Shout out to the fam. And in your public life, in your business, I'm proud of you for doing what you're doing. Keep up the great work. Okay, so with that said, brother, Donald Trump is about to be inaugurated in two days. It's going to be Monday, Martin Luther King's holiday celebration. Um, I want to talk about that a little bit, if that's okay with you.
Oh, most definitely. The crazy thing is, I was invited to the inauguration, and I respectfully declined. And it's nothing like I honestly I don't have a problem in the world with Donald Trump. I don't. It's like how somebody said today, like low key, he's a national security issue, and I don't know if I'm willing to risk my life just to be in that scenario.
Absolutely, absolutely. Fair enough. No problem at all. I totally get it. Makes perfect sense. Yeah, yeah, I know I be on one. I be putting my neck out there, but I think my brother is ultimately accurate. We must err on the side of caution. But yeah, with that said, so yeah, as of Monday, he's going to be inaugurated president. I would go as far as saying he's going to be inaugurated king, which I got to be honest with you. Either way, I'm pretty indifferent. I don't necessarily care about Donald Trump politics or any of that jazz for that matter. But I think it's very entertaining in terms of conversation. So, with that said, what has really caught me off guard is the lineup, the group of people that Trump is putting around himself. Um,
Who would
I
you say
wanted to
is interesting
please.
for you that you've seen?
I'm sorry.
Who would you say is the most interesting out of the lineup, or the most unexpected that you've seen?
The CEO of TikTok. Yes. Donald Trump working with the CEO of TikTok uh, is blowing my mind right now. I was going to see if I could share screen. I don't know if I'm play this or not, but let me go to window, go
Do it
here.
allow you?
Yeah.
Oh, go.
News. There we go. Boom.
Yeah.
This one, this one right here. Donald Trump, and of course it's labeled top news. CEO has message for Trump ahead of ban taking effect. They have been uh, in communications and colloquially, metaphorically, are about to be in bed together. But I don't think the family understands what this means.
So,
Um, please.
what does that mean for TikTok? Or what do we think this could possibly mean for TikTok? Because yeah, that like I thought maybe you was gonna say it was the dude who he wants to put over the FBI. I didn't expect for you to show me the CEO of TikTok. I didn't even know that that happened until just now. I'm not gonna hold you. That is crazy. Yeah,
Correct.
that's news. This is brand new.
Now, w- I'll tell you why why it's kind why it's kind of not news and why it's confirming, cuz I was going to title this video Donald Trump Comeback King and really just focus.
Yo, you still here? Audio dropped out from. Yo, might be
Yep,
happening.
sorry about that. Sorry about that.
No, you all good. Your audio had dropped out for a second.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
yeah.
bro.
That is a true statement. Okay, let me get back to sharing screen. Present, boom, share, and Trump. Here we go. Okay, yeah. Um, I was gonna title this video. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, could you share the comment from Kick Rocks? He says, "King of the United States Corporation."
That's great. It's like it's not. You can't even debate it. He did say that United States citizens won't have to vote again after this, which is um, a wild statement to say. But it does seem like people are. I know people have fear of an oligarchy or us
Right.
operating, yeah, like Russia and things like that, where it seems as if Donald Trump has all of the control. I know that's a real fear for United States citizens here.
Now, what what I was gonna do was title. You could take that. You could drop that comment. What I was gonna do is title this video. Donald Trump comeback king and just kind of emphasize him, you know, transitioning from president to king. Um, and I just kind of went with the other one, obviously, Trump exposed, keep it simple. But with that said, why does this make perfect sense? Well, I'm glad you asked. So let me go and share screen one more time. Give me just 1 second. So we are, according to the Gregorian calendar, in the year 2025. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah,
And
factual. New fiscal year 2025.
according to that, last year, a lot of stuff happened. I would personally say, on the grand scale, the 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 thing that dominated United States attention, if we're distracted or whatever the case may be, what was distracting us or what kept our attention was Donald Trump. And they said that they gave him Person of the Year, and for the beginning of 2025, according to the Gregorian calendar, it's looking like he is uh, the number one person in all of media conversation. So now, with that said, um, this is not his first go round. I was always told first they love you, then they hate you, then they love you again. So we saw in that first presidency a certain thing that came from Trump, where he got a lot of hate, he got a lot of pushback, and it started with TikTok. Not TikTok. I'm sorry.
Twitter.
It started with Twitter.
Mhm.
You 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 remember that?
I know you're talking about because when Jack Dorsey was the owner of Twitter, he said something over there, and all of a sudden, he lost his Twitter page, and then all of a sudden he couldn't like it's like he almost lost his voice for social media because it was almost like a Kanye situation when he lost all his money from the Adidas situation. It's like they called one person and they just pulled the plug on everything.
Yeah, Donald Trump got canceled.
That's what it sounded like in social media. That's crazy. And
I,
you did say something like when we were speaking earlier. I've never seen that happen with a president before.
I totally agree, and neither have I. This has been unprecedented, where we've seen the power of media. Um, I'm gonna share this video real quick, and then just a clip from this video I did because it's honestly a little bit too long. It's almost 20 minutes, but there was a clip in the video where I acknowledged. Let me just look. Let me Trump bloodline. I acknowledged. I can't remember what it was. I acknowledged in the. Oh yeah, what happened with Trump. So here we go. Right here, it is. It started. Well, I'll just let this whole thing tell the story. All right, check this out, brother. Let me share screen one more time. Time machine. Uh, 2008.
Sir, a very esteemed Ray. We're not a Tesla. Nikola Tesla.
On the internet.
And yes.
Okay, can you hear that, brother?
Yes, we can hear it.
Okay, excellent. Here we go. You see, Trump was the first president to really get active on the internet.
And yes, tweet.
He would launch his presidential addresses from Twitter instead of the Oval Office or the Rose Garden.
Melania could tell him to put down the phone, as she said in an interview last year she's tried to do.
Sometimes he listens, sometimes he doesn't.
Well, I'm not a big tweeter. I mean, I don't do too many.
Twitter was more practical as it allowed him to quickly and effectively reach millions
And billions and billions and billions and billions and billions.
and millions of people. So much so that shockwaves were sent through major media, which Trump had hit with a mighty blow by popularizing the term fake news.
You are fake news.
Sir,
go ahead.
Can you state categorically that nobody... No, Mr. President-elect, that's not
Go ahead.
appropriate.
On this program, we try not to talk about the president's fake news jabs any more than necessary. But shouts of fake news are not just an annoying distraction or a political dog whistle. They are actually dangerous.
When Donald Trump uses the term fake news to describe the CNN or BBC, that is not just a questionable political tactic. It is actually dangerous.
The climate has gotten a lot dicier out there now around the world because of fake news. It's also gotten dicey with the media as the enemy of the American people.
And does President Trump bear any responsibility for the popularization of this phrase among some world leaders?
I think the White House is concerned about false and inaccurate information being pushed out and to mislead the American people. Our concern is making sure that the information that the people receive in this country is fair and accurate, and when it isn't, that it's corrected and corrected in the same fashion in which it was first presented when it was wrong, which is very rarely the case.
His reach and impact were not only unprecedented, but outright jarring. He was clearly ahead of the curve, and he unlocked the true power of the internet. But since no good deed goes unpunished, he would eventually become the first president that was canceled.
Tonight.
Did you want to weigh in, or should we keep going?
No, I'm like, it's crazy because the way you just broke it down in the video, that's literally the dangers of being first in industry. Like how you said, he was the first president to really like leverage off the internet, and we kind of see how that shit bit him in the ass for real, bro. But if it wasn't for a Donald Trump, we would not have the transition that we are having in media right now. And we would not have had Elon Musk step up and buy Twitter and then remove some of the censorship that was in place. That's an idea right there.
So Donald Trump is the first, because before Donald Trump, presidents were going to the Oval Office, they were going to the Rose Garden, and the newspaper and CNN to make these public declarations, edicts, and so forth. But now you have Donald Trump, who's damn near tweeting from his bed in his underwear. And it's coming off real different, I would say, or maybe even weird. So now Donald Trump is reaching the people like no other president before him.
And the rate at which he's communicating is much faster than we've ever got communication from any president. He's dropping multiple tweets a day, doing multiple things in a day. And the crazy thing is, he's actually, even if he's not the one typing, he's the one who's saying what's going in these messages.
We saw Twitter war, where he's on the internet and he might be talking ish to somebody in Iraq and he's just going to town. Now Obama had that tech edge, but he never harnessed the power of the internet. Because remember, we are in the age of Aquarius, the age of information, and we haven't seen this type of involvement into the occult in terms of going into the energy of now since World War II. And I'll get into that a little bit later, but I wanted to continue on with this, if that's okay.
Yeah, I also feel like part of the issue with Donald Trump is that he's taking away the power from the media to control the narrative when he's speaking in that capacity, because he doesn't have to go through that filter. He just gonna say it himself, and then the people get access to it. There's no need for Fox or none of these people that, like how you said, come to the Oval Office with mics and then have to break the story. So that's disrupting like cash flow for them. So it's gonna create a problem, because media is one of the oldest industries in the United States. A lot of these media companies go back to like mid 1800s, and like MSNBC, C-SPAN, a lot of them are well over 100 years old.
Well, it's interesting that you say that. I wanted to ask you, brother, what was special about Marcus Garvey that made him famous? One thing.
It was the aspect in which he was able to communicate with people, how he was able to build in such a fast capacity. And that was well before it was even a social media. He was able to amass a large following on his own organically.
No.
You mean the industry component?
That was not before social media. That was social media. Go back and look. What made him special? We're talking about Marcus Garvey. Is that Marcus Garvey had that printing press. What I'm saying to you is Marcus Garvey was the Mark Zuckerberg of his day, and Mark Zuckerberg's newspaper was going viral. Same way your boy right now. He's sitting here going viral every day, all day. And they want to harness that.
Yeah.
So, but nonetheless, this is the story of the first presidency. It's really short. We're almost done. Check it out.
Tonight, a deafening silence from the president's Twitter account in his waning days as commander-in-chief. Twitter, run by CEO Jack Dorsey, saying after close review of the president's recent tweets, it banned him due to the risk of further incitement of violence. Twitter specifically warning, quote, plans for future armed protests have already begun proliferating on and off Twitter, including a proposed secondary attack on the U.S. Capitol and state Capitol buildings on January 17th. After the ban, the president tried to tweet from other campaign and staff accounts, triggering a game of whack-a-mole, with Twitter quickly taking down his posts. Many platforms have banned or restricted the president's accounts, including Facebook and Instagram, where he's blocked indefinitely and for at least the next 2 weeks.
This is what Ivy League universities you can get into with a 3.6 GPA.
It's a sad day when big tech has more power than big government, that they can censor the president of the United States.
Trump was down, but not out. It was almost like he had someone in his corner who could see the future. He created his own social media platform called Truth Social that utterly exploded.
Is there another social media app the president could jump to?
Yes, some of President Trump's allies say they are ditching Twitter and they're heading to smaller social networks.
Former President Donald Trump announcing he will launch a new social media platform. The Trump Media and Technology Group has entered into a partnership to create Truth Social. According to a news release, Trump says it was created to stand up to the big tyranny of the tech companies.
Elon would later avenge Trump by buying Twitter and inviting him back on.
After revolutionizing the space race and electric cars, the world's richest man is now promising a Twitter makeover, proclaiming The bird is free. Elon Musk carried a kitchen sink into Twitter HQ this week, tweeting, "Let that sink in."
This is a company that's been held hostage by its woke employees, held hostage by its woke users.
Musk calls himself a free speech absolutist, arguing for fewer restrictions and lifting the ban on former President Trump, accused of encouraging violent acts.
An unfazed Trump would again push the limits between fact and fiction by establishing the Space Force.
Very importantly, I'm hereby directing the Department of Defense and Pentagon to immediately begin the process necessary to establish a Space Force.
Wait. I'm sorry. We getting a little too far ahead. I wanted to kind of pause, breathe, talk about this a little bit. What are your thoughts before I continue?
This the first presidency run?
Yes, sir.
So he was like, I tell people all the time, Donald Trump be playing chess, not checkers. That means he had did this almost 8 years ago.
This is 8 years ago. So when we say, brother, when we say, and I'm sorry to cut your wisdom because I know you're going somewhere as well. Hold on, check. Okay, sorry. So now, today, he went from that to he's about to team up with TikTok. You will never, ever use the machine to silence me again. We are in the age of information. And something you said before I want to go back to. This whole thing, there's a war going on between TV and computer. And we saw that war with Harvey Weinstein. When Harvey family press 000 if after Harvey Weinstein went to jail, Hollywood got silent and Netflix stepped up to the plate. Only if you believe the words that are coming out of my mouth, that after Harvey Weinstein got locked up, Hollywood goes silent, Netflix picks up where they left off. A lot of actors start podcasts. A lot of actors are leaning towards releasing their movies on Netflix and smaller screen platforms versus going to AMC movie theater, which is only doing good because y'all amped it up on Reddit with the same way you did GameStop. After Harvey Stein went to jail, AMC movie theaters took a plummet, and the only reason AMC movie theaters is around right now, as well as GameStop, is because during COVID,
Elon and Roaring Kitty,
they were on Reddit doing covert, and they were saying we're gonna amp up those stocks. The only reason AMC, because nobody's releasing big movies going to the theaters. The last time we had a big movie rush was Black Panther. Like where we all just went to the theaters and packed out. Remember, because during covert, we were all 6 feet apart. Everything was shut down, blah, blah, blah. So now Netflix takes the place of Hollywood because everything shuts down during covert. This is the first presidency. Everything shuts down because of covert. And it kind of threw him for a loop because Donald Trump didn't call it covert. Do you remember what Donald Trump called it? Everybody said he was racist for the name that he gave it. Do you remember what that name was that he gave it?
It would have something to do with China.
He didn't call it the flu. That's just the flu. Yeah, it is just the flu. He called it Kung flu.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
It's funny, but it's in poor taste. But listen, I totally get it. It came from China. We're gonna call it Kung flu. Very, very clever. But yeah, the Chinese virus is officially what they called it, but Kung flu is a little more funnier, so I'm gonna go with that one first off. But yeah, the China virus, and even I don't know if you remember this, but the Simpsons had predicted that China virus as well, so it was very much manufactured. Nonetheless, let's go back. Breaking news. Let me stop sharing screen. I'm gonna come back to this in just a second. Present, share. Let me stop showing me this. Trump time machine, Trump news. Boom. This is 1 day. Oh shoot, I'm sorry. Check that out. Share that for me, please.
Got you.
This is 1 day ago. Rewind. My sign effects is just goofy. Rewind 8 years ago. They silenced you, kicked you off Twitter, and made you look weak as a president. 8 years later, this is the comeback king. This is the comeback king. What you're seeing right now is Matrix Media. It's called a matrix attack. This is the same thing that Andrew Tate said happened to him. I'm not saying I agree or disagree with Andrew Tate. I'm just saying that when people, these high profile people on the internet who clearly have a voice, they have a blue check, they're blue checks. When these blue checks speak, because one of the contingencies of having that blue check is if you say something they don't like, they'll take that blue check from you. Oh well, trust fund ain't verified no more, so whatever he say is sus. Nah, you're not gonna hold that blue check over my head, bro. To where now I can only say, blah blah blah. Anyway, so now with that said, he not only has, oh boy, and Trump said he's gonna put the CEO of TikTok in his administration. Can we breathe on that real quick? Like, they're going to be working together. He's going to be an American political leader in America, this TikTok dude.
So a lot of people don't know that TikTok is a cybersecurity company. They're not a social media company. And that was one of the main reasons was for security concerns why they were attempting to get rid of the app, because a lot of our personal data was being sourced outside the country. And when you understand how China, when they deal with business owners, the country itself owns a portion of the business. So you think NVIDIA is just out here free? No, the country owns a large portion of equity in NVIDIA, and that's just one of the benefits of communism. So understanding that if we get in bed with TikTok, we get in bed with China, unless we get all of the servers and we can control the flow of the data. Otherwise, that will be an issue. But even on the other side, like I said, it's chess, bro, because he has Elon Musk in the cabinet. Elon Musk just acquired X not too long ago. And it was also rumored that he will be the one to acquire TikTok. If not Elon, the United States government, which he is a part of, will still do it. So technically, Elon he's still gonna get TikTok, even though you see the way he just offset it so that you wouldn't know it was still him.
So let's go back real quick to let me stop share screen, present, share, time machine. Did I address it in here? I did not. European Jesus. I wanted to address fake news. Nope, I didn't address it in here. I could have swore I did. But nonetheless, so yeah, now you have Donald Trump. He is silenced on all media. The news already doesn't like him because of the whole fake news thing, and he's not getting coverage, and nobody's going to let him speak, even if he goes to the Oval Office. Then he starts his own media company After he starts his own media company, Elon Musk comes in, starts and takes over X, takes over Twitter, rebrands it as X, and then a new player comes into the game, which is TikTok. Now, the reason this is important is because you're going to see where Donald Trump is teaming up with not only the boy who came from TikTok. He's also teaming up with Mark Zuckerberg. The relationship between Donald Trump and Mark Zuckerberg is, you can't make this ish up. You just can't. I got a link that I sent you. I actually wanted to play that real quick because it is just, you just hold on. Let me see. Can I get this thing? I don't know if it's going to play because this is
Or you
Instagram.
send it to the private chat, bro, if you can.
Yeah, I can. I definitely can. Copy, private chat, and paste. Can you play that? I don't know if I can. Let me stop, present, share. Here we go. Let me see if this works. Let me know if you can hear this. Nope.
Hold on, let me add it to the screen first.
Nah, my joint ain't working.
Your audio not working? You clicked on it?
Nope.
My
Nope.
ass.
Oh, it's working. It's working.
Yeah, can you do it, please?
Yeah, it was just working, but I got you. 1 second.
Or here, yeah, well, you do that and I'll look up another one. So ultimately, the relationship between Facebook and your boy has been very tumultuous over the years. Trump, just hit this, see what comes up.
You ready?
Week.
You heard it?
Weirdo. He's a weirdo. Mark Zuckerberg came to the White House, kissed my ass. Kissed my ass. Sure, I'd love to have dinner. Last week, weirdo. He's a weirdo. Mark Zuckerberg came to the White House, kissed my ass. Kissed my ass. Sure, I'd love to have dinner.
So now,
it's crazy.
What you saw when Trump was in office was Zuckerberg was kissing his butt, and Trump treated Zuckerberg badly, and things went from bad to worse for Zuckerberg. Let me see. Can I share screen one more time? This right here may be jarring to some people, but for some people it may not make sense, unfortunately. Zuckerberg loses $1 billion in a day. Brother, let me see. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
In early
Can you
2022,
zoom in a bit? Can you zoom in a little bit?
Absolutely.
There you go. Now they should be able to see it.
It says, now this is according to CNBC. In early 2022, he lost almost 30 billion in a single day. Did you know Mark Zuckerberg lost 30 billion in a single day?
I did. I remember when it happened.
Mark Zuckerberg his situation goes from bad to worse. It says when his company's stock price tumbled 26%, you lost out of every dollar you've ever touched, you lost 25 cents. Old boy fumbled the bag. So now Mark Zuckerberg's in a very bad place. Have you heard about Mark Zuckerberg lately, brother?
Last Mark Zuckerberg news that I heard was he went to Mar-a-Lago with Jeff Bezos and he gave Donald Trump $1 million. And he was just on Joe Rogan podcast. That's the most updated information. And he was talking about the transition of AI. That's the most updated stuff I got on Mark.
Yeah. So as of recently, Mark Zuckerberg has started singing a new song. When old boy was in office, so under Trump, he Trump said you was a weirdo and you came to the White House kissing his ass. Under Biden, you lost 25 cents out of every dollar you ever touched in your whole life.
Oh, bro. I don't mean to cut your wisdom. Not to forget, bro. He's openly supported Kamala throughout the election, and then that's why I said he just went to Mar-a-Lago and gave Trump $1 million because he's not in good graces, and you know, him and Elon not best of friends, and Trump tight with Elon. It's just a weird thing going on right now.
Now, guess who's going to be in Trump's administrative cabinet? Right beside the CEO of TikTok, right beside the CEO of X. Guess who's going to be in Trump's cabinet? Take a guess. You'll never guess.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg. What you're seeing is a technology takeover. You either get down or you lay down.
So I'm pretty sure that means Bezos is gonna find his way there.
Brother, you're getting ahead of the class. What is today? Saturday? This is already Saturday school. We're gonna talk about that next week on Martin Luther King birthday. Amen, church. No, but seriously, yes, you're right. Let me just dig into Mark Zuckerberg real quick, and we're gonna get to Jeff, because this conversation can't happen if Jeff is not a part of the conversation. This conversation is half baked. So now, Mark's family and the listening audience and those who are going to catch this later, press 111. Remember the era of fact checking, and you did not like it. To the listening audience and those who are going to catch this later, press 111 if you remember the age of fact checking. And not just that you remember it, but you didn't like it. If you liked it, don't press 111. If you didn't like it, press 111. So now, Mark Zuckerberg, this is 1 day ago, 2 day ago, 3 day ago. This is relatively recent. Mark Zuckerberg, as soon as everybody finds out that old boy is going to be president, okay, no more fact checkers. Because remember, the fact checkers was going against who? Donald Trump.
Yeah, man. Anybody who was against whatever they was saying, bro, pretty much. And Donald Trump was the number one issue.
So now they're going against Donald Trump. So Donald Trump gets in the office. Now, no more fact checkers. Okay, what a coinky dink. In addition to that, I don't know, brother. Do you remember what Donald Trump said about Transformers?
Just recently he said they're not about to be in sports. I know that shit. I know that was just said recently, but throughout his administration, he has not been pro the Autobots and Decepticons. I know that for sure.
So this is December 22nd, November 15th, November 20th. This is all within the last 60 days. It reads, Trump vows to stop transgender lunacy. So now, because remember, old boy did an act of war. Joe hangs LGBT flag. I don't know if you knew about this, but the White House, you cannot hang any flag from the White House.
When the fuck was this? Excuse my language. Excuse me. Like, when did this happen?
This is the equivalent of your white friend coming to your house, putting his Pepsi on your altar beside your great grandma picture. Your altar with the incense, you got a little bit of, you got a $2 bill up there, you got some candles, you got your family's pictures. That's your little family's personal shrine. And then, your friend Cody, he's cool, but he doesn't understand the culture. He comes to your house and, hey, guy, I got a little soda, whatever. You like, all right, well, I don't really drink soda, but whatever. So, he comes over with a little Pepsi or whatever, and he set his Pepsi on your shrine, on your altar. You like, he done put his whole Pepsi on my shrine, right beside my great grandma picture. That's a disrespect. Anyway, so now the White House is a national monument. You can't hang any other flag from the White House other than the American flag. You cannot hang any flag from the from. Let me just acknowledge my sister, Dr. Hope Owens. Peace and love. I'm humbled. I'm honored. I'm grateful for your support and to even have you as a friend. So beautiful, so intelligent. So shout out to her. Yeah. So now, the White House is a national monument, and you cannot hang any flag or banner above the White House. I'm sorry, on the White House above the American flag. Now you can do a state flag under the American flag, but you can't even put a state flag above the American flag. That's that's treason. So we've got to get our
That's what I was gonna ask. Isn't this treasonous?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now when old boy said he's gonna stop this, Trump vows to get rid of this lunacy. And what you're gonna see is old boy falls in line. What is his name again? Mark. Let's just put Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg allows trans illness. I'm just typing it in, and hopefully this thing will, help me. He allows people to, if you say new meta content rules lets users call LGBTQ plus people mentally ill. If you call, can you see that, brother?
Yes, I do, and I actually remember when they dropped this article.
If now yeah, because this is 4 days ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. This is all recent news. Mark Zuckerberg, remember, Donald Trump calls him a weirdo. He says he kissed my ass. Under Biden, he loses a quarter of every dollar he's ever touched in his whole entire life, and he lost it in a day. Then Trump, because everything's getting worse and worse and worse for Zuckerberg. So now Donald Trump comes into office and he says, this is up and this is down. Mark Zuckerberg, all right, this is up, this is down. This is left and this is right. Mark Zuckerberg, all right, this is left and this is right. He falls in line. Mark Zuckerberg don't give no pushback. Facebook is about to be what MySpace was. It's what Facebook I'm just
No, I have so many questions because it's like if this is going to be our highest level of commercial activity, like when we talk about the United States, and then we have Meta in the White House, we have SpaceX in the White House, possibly some more corporations in the White House. What does this mean for anybody who's a startup who's trying to get going? I don't even believe it'll be a place for them to even be allowed to grow.
Well, we saw through covert that the gap between the classes grew to where you've got the rich getting richer, the poor getting poorer, people don't want to work no more. But more importantly, who's taking all the jobs, brother? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Who's about to take all the jobs?
I'm about to say that's a two-answer question because you can say it was some of the illegal individuals who was allowed in the country, and then you can also say it's AI.
I agree. Say the illegals are done. The illegals ain't going to be doing no more work. So if the illegals not going to do the work, who gonna do the work?
The robots, and then that will, I hope everybody hear me well when I say this. That is going to implement an aspect where humans are going to be fighting in the courts versus technology and artificial intelligence just for them to be able to get income because they're not going to be working anymore. If Jeff Bezos can fire all these $15 hour workers and pay $3 an hour for a robot, why wouldn't he? So that means everybody in the Amazon shipping facility is fired. And then once he do it, all the other corporations are going to do it. So that means no employment if you don't have value. So if you're pretty much not a government contractor, you're not going to be employed. And then that is going to cause court cases and a big divide between corporations and we the people. And we're going to see some crazy stuff happen. And then pretty much, and then they're going to implement universal basic income, which is something that Elon Musk speaks about often.
Universal basic income. I don't think the family understand what these robots mean. These robots mean universal basic income. What they're going to do, and family, you're seeing it right before your eyes. The people at the bottom doing all that grunt work are being kicked out. They're being kicked out. Press 222 if your ass don't want to do the work. Press 222 if you not going back to no cotton field. Press 222 if you not going to no collard green field, no blueberry field. If you not going to no, I don't care what field they got. If you not going to go pick no cotton, blueberries, strawberries, oranges, grapefruit, press 222 because I'm not doing it. And I'm not trying to be prideful or nothing like that. But bro, listen, my people past that. I'm not gonna go out there in that hot sun and pick no cotton no more, brother. I just can't do it. It's stigmatized, it's taboo, it's demeaning. They don't got no working bathrooms. You got to go to a little porta potty when you work them type of jobs. I'm not doing that, brother. Where are you saying on that?
I'm not doing no labor intensive work anyway. I feel like that's not me. I'm not for that. But I am pro the integration of the technology because of how much time we have to give our bodies over to other corporate entities. It doesn't allow us to be with our families, spend time, and just do other forms of development. We're so focused on just surviving and paying for sleep because of the way the Rockefellers set up the United States system. We need an escape from that and a reset. So it is some benefits to a transition like this, but it's not going to be an easy transition at all. And a lot of people are going to go through some hard times for real.
Yeah. Oh, no. You what you said is first. We're gonna stick with that, and that last part we're gonna pretend like you didn't say that. We're only gonna talk about the good, and let's talk about the good. So what's good is ain't none of us gonna have to work no more, shovel no snow, bro. You get a house, I get a house, and we ain't nobody's gonna live in no hood. Ain't gonna be no hoods no more. And these menial demeaning jobs, and you gotta work 100 million hours just to take care of one child barely. That's going away, bro. And the robots are going to fill those gaps. That's what you're not ready for.
Are you familiar with Agenda 2030, bro?
No, sir.
Okay, just give me a second. I'm about to pull something so I can share it, but I just wanted to ask. But it correlates with everything we're talking about.
Excellent. So now what they're going to do is implement the robots to do those jobs that you and I don't want to do. Now, I'll wait for you to go over what you want to go over, and then I'm gonna tell you where they're gonna do the robot thing at as a part of exposing Trump. But let's go with your thing, 2030. But if you're not ready, I can continue on with my thing. No worries.
Oh no, I'm ready. I'm about to share screen right now. I got it pulled up. 1
Okay.
second, bro.
Bet.
All right, you can see screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so right here, just so everybody can see where I'm at. This is the United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs, Sustainable Development. This is a 17-point system. This is a 15-year plan that has been in place since 2015 in order for them to implement. So also some of the things that we've been seeing recently in the United States, you'll have an understanding as to why some of these things have happened once I go through the 17 points. So this is what they want to happen by the year 2030. No poverty, zero hunger. Then this is the United Nations, World Economic Forum, right? Good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation. All of this stuff sounds reasonable, right? Affordable and clean energy, decent work, economic growth, industry innovation and infrastructure, reduced inequality, sustainable cities and communities. So when we talk about cyber cities, I'm gonna touch on 11 in a second. Responsible consumption and production, climate action, not climate control, climate action, life below water, life on land, peace and justice and strong institutions. That sounds like more courts, more overseeing. And then we have partnership for the goals. So when we talk about like something like sustainable cities, and you know that California has a plan for a cyber city in 2028, right? These are, and then we see fires just sweep the whole part of the nation and then just destroy things. It makes it easier for somebody to come in and then offer you a lower amount for your property once it's been distressed like that, because it's no longer at that original value. These was 10 to 30, 40, $50 million homes over there. And now they can get up that property for like $20,000 so that they can build this cyber city with these bullet trains, which they've been planning on since 2015, especially because we know certain events are coming to the United States, like the World Cup and the Olympics, right? So you got to make it look clean. So, and then we see things like no poverty. So no homelessness. That means all of these cities are going to house everybody. But that's really, I just wanted to bring some light to Agenda 2030. But if you can align yourself with this type of agenda, you can make a lot of money throughout these world transitions, because it's still another 5 years until it get implemented. And in its entirety, it's already been in the works, as y'all can see.
Powerful. Hot sauce. Okay. So we got the robots. So the question is where? So let me back up before we get into the where. During that presidency, and this is my problem. Trump Future City. No, is it called Future City, brother?
They call them like 15-minute cities.
No. I'm sorry. Freedom City. That's.
Oh, you're talking about that. What Donald was talking about.
Yeah, sorry about that. So let's go here. So Trump proposes building 10 freedom cities and flying cars. Let's check the date on that. That's March 3rd, 2023. So don't get me wrong, family. I love political theater. And just to give you a pulse check, family, press 333 if you like it in terms of entertainment, but you don't buy into it like drinking the Kool-Aid, with Jim Jones. Press 333 if we enjoy the political theater. We do, it's fun, but we don't really, we're not going to go out there and try to do something crazy like the guy who tried to unalive the guy running for president. We're not that into it, but we do enjoy it. I think that's where I'm at. I think that's where a lot of us are at. So with that said, we watched the political theater in terms of the presidential campaign. We didn't really invest into it, or no tattoos or nothing goofy like that. Yeah, sorry. So with that said, the meat and potatoes of his campaign, what he ran on, because a lot of that did not get pushed to the forefront. But I want to put it in the forefront right now. The meat and potatoes of what Donald Trump ran on, meaning, hey guys, if you vote me president, then I'll do this. So outside of the back and forth mudslinging and political theater between him and his political rivals, what he said he would do if elected president was build 10 freedom cities and flying cars. Did you want to add something, brother, or shall I continue?
I just wanted to ask you, what the hell is a freedom city? Like, what does that entail?
And
outside of
that's
just a flying car, I'm like, it sounds good.
That's bingo. And that was my question. What does this look like? So my question to you, brother, again, have you ever heard of Starbase, Texas?
I think that's Elon, one of Elon's locations. I remember him moving to Texas and to one dodge child support and also do development out there for his company.
Correct. So Elon Musk has started a company called or some type of little establishment, some city off grid unincorporated land where he's calling it Starbase. So now let me just go to images. Let's go to this one. Starbase is the land where he's going to launch all of his tech from, all of his little laboratories and his where he launches his rockets and all of his little gadgets and his robots and blah blah blah. That's all going to be over here at Starbase, Texas.
That's his NASA.
That's his NASA. And I wanted to ask the listening audience, if you are not familiar with Starbase, Texas, please press 444. If you are not, capital N, capital O, capital T, if you're not familiar with Starbase, Texas, press 444. And I will happily educate you. So Starbase, Texas, let me just go to Texas map. Texas map. Starbase, Texas is the, I typed in map. I guess we can do it right here. This very lowest point in the bottom right-hand corner, this lowest point. Can you see my cursor, which is like a little cartoon finger glove thingy? Can you see that, brother?
Excuse me. Yeah, I can see it, bro.
Okay. So yeah, right here in the this is the most southern portion of the United States of America, I believe. I may be wrong, but I believe. This is the most southern portion of the United States of America, outside of, like, let's say the Florida Keys or whatever. And this is Starbase, Texas. So let me go back. So there we go. If you look at Starbase, Texas, this is the southern border of the United States. Right here on the southern side of Starbase is Mexico, the country, and on the right-hand side of Starbase is the Gulf of Mexico. And to get to Starbase, it's a choke point. I don't know if that's a river, a canal. I don't know if that's natural, man-made, or whatever the case may be. But to even get into the city, there's like a choke point. Well, it's not a city yet, but let me just put this in here. Elon Musk wants Starbase to become a city. Let's go to all. Well, here, let's go to images right here. This is funny. This is funny. Can you see that? Brother.
Bro, like,
the internet is undefeated.
I don't think people understand. Like, this man just popped up out of nowhere with somebody else's technology just started running the world in like less than 15 years.
So now it says, this is according to New York Times. Mr. Musk has long talked about his desire to make a new town, which he hopes to call Starbase in coastal South Texas, which his rocket launch company, SpaceX, is based. Map locates Boca Chica, Texas, and also shows the location of Austin, Bastrop, and Brownsville. Why is this important? Because what he's going to launch with SpaceX is called a smart city. Now, a smart city. This is according to AI Overview. This is me and you talking to Skynet. Skynet says a smart city is a city that uses digital technologies to improve the quality of life for its citizens. Smart cities use data collected from citizens and buildings and devices to make the cities more efficient, sustainable, and responsive. What they're going to do is they're going to implement IoT. IoT is the Internet of Things. I'm going to breathe after I do this. So IoT stands for the Internet of Things, which is a network for physical objects that are connected to the internet and can exchange data, meaning what you saw happened with the phone. I don't know how old you are, respectfully, brother. I'm not saying that as a shot, but when I was a kid, the only thing the phone could do was make phone calls. Ain't that something, y'all? The only thing the phone could do. So then the phone was dipped into the IoT sauce. And now the phone can take pictures, the phone can do this, the phone can do that. So what I'm telling you is that if you go to the Freedom City, which is really a smart city, which Donald Trump is going to give you a house for damn near free, and Donald Trump is going to give you a car that can fly if you move to his city with Elon Musk. So now your ass is at Walmart and you sending emails and text messages to who? The refrigerator. You be like, do we got enough milk? So you text message the refrigerator say, hey, trust fund baby, we got a quarter of milk left and it expires in 3 days. You probably gonna want to buy another jug. So you be like, okay, bet. So then you in the refrigerator, this is IoT. Your phone was already dipped into the IoT sauce. Now they're gonna dip your refrigerator into the IoT sauce. They're gonna dip the light pole at the corner into the IoT sauce. So when you go to the corner of of your block, instead of pulling out your phone and saying Uber, all you got to do is look at the light pole and say Uber. And then the Uber pulls up. All you do is speak into the world, into the atmosphere of Starbase, and shit happens. My apologies for the words. Let me breathe, brother. What are your thoughts?
People may not know I actually have a tech company and I work on a lot of this software. I actually still carry a BlackBerry phone for this very reason, bro. And a lot of people think that BlackBerry is they're not in service anymore. They have transitioned to Internet of Things, and they are completely just a software company at this point because they understand the direction that the future is going in. And the thing is, like when Donald Trump say he's going to make freedom cities, these are cities that are already established. Like if you look, it's a list of cities that have already opted into this. A lot in California, Detroit is one. Miami, almost any major city has already agreed to become a cyber city or a smart city. So it's not going to really be that you have the option. These are going to be the pilots, and then it's just going to start happening everywhere else. And then you're going to lose your privacy, almost like the Eagle Eye movie with Shia LaBeouf. Or this is when we transition into a social credit score, because anything that you do, you playing video games, how you interacted in the public, you possibly being rude to somebody in a Starbucks, all can affect your universal basic income payout. And this is what we're leaning towards.
Now, what Trump is now the smart cities are that program was supposed to kick off and something stopped it. 5G was supposed to kick off and smart cities were supposed to kick off. They did not kick off because covert, the pandemic, stopped that from going forward. Now what we're seeing is that thing that was supposed to happen relaunch. Now it was supposed to launch with all the cities, but we're going to launch that with only 10 cities, and these 10 cities will be off-grid cities that you've never heard of or seen before. These freedom cities will be 10 brand new, I don't know if they're going to be megatropolises, but they're going to be 10 brand new cities in America. And the very first city is going to be Starbase. And in the city of Starbase, they're going to give you a house for damn near free. They're going to give you a flying car, and they're going to give you a robot. All of it will be damn near free. In addition to that, they're going to pay you to have a baby. And here, let me just tap in with the family. Press 555 if you didn't catch where Trump said he will pay you to have a baby. Because remember, old girl said if you vote for her, you can unalive your baby. She ran on a platform of abortion. Trump pays people to have babies. In these new cities, if you populate the cities with new babies, Trump's going to pay you.
They need the data. They want to see how you raising the child. Everything, your house gonna have cameras in it. It's gonna be like Smart House from the old Disney movie, bro. You're not privacy is a thing of the past when that happened.
Well, yes, and yes. Let me start there. Yes. However, brother, did you know that Elon Musk was really big on fighting the birth dearth? And let me say this. Bill Gates was walking around town telling everybody that we were suffering from overcrowding. Hey guys, there's too many people on earth. And there was these videos going around where Bill Gates was telling everybody, hey guys, there's too many people on earth, there's overpopulation and blah blah blah. And here, let me see, can I pull that up?
I remember
Elon Musk warns of population collapse. Let me just read, this thing is in my ear. So this is according to National Institute of Health, NIH.gov. This is .gov. This isn't Entertainment Tonight, respectfully. Billionaire Elon Musk tweeted, not for the first time, that population collapse due to low birth rates is a much bigger risk to civilization than global warming. This is what and listen, respectfully, during the campaign, there was a lot of banter. There was a lot of political theater. There was a lot of making fun of each other. But in the background, let me pause real quick and give a big shout out to Egyptian deity. She says, Crumb, if Kremla had won, would this agenda still take place? Peace, love, respect, honor, gratitude to my sister, mother, matriarch, goddess, and Woman Crush Wednesday, even though it's Saturday. Shout out to her. But yeah, no, what you're going to see when you're dealing with politics is the long run. They're playing chess, not checkers. What you're going to see from Kamala is an extension of Joe. What you saw from Joe was an extension of Barack. What you saw, who was the Democrat before Barack? Bill.
No, it was Bush, right? It was Bush.
No, Bush was a Republican.
Oh, then it was Bill Clinton.
It was Bill. I don't know if Obama, how much he was similar to Bill, but what you're going to see a lot of times, because this is how you get around the 4-year limit. This is how you get around not having a king. You're gonna see different faces with the same agenda, and this is where you have the monarch style of government, where hey, we're voting for somebody different, but that different person is really the same as the other person in practice. I digress. So now, what you saw with Kamala was just an extension of Joe, and That's why a lot of people were calling Donald a maverick, because the old Republican Party is very different from the new Republican Party. We've seen an evolution with the Republican Party that their Democratic Party has yet to have. Remember, the Republican Party is fairly new. You don't get a Republican Party until Abraham Lincoln. The Republican Party is fairly new. The Democratic Party were called the Dixiecrats. And let's be honest, they're fairly new in the beginning, because that flip happened during Martin Luther King, and after JFK was assassinated, Franklin Delano, no, not Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the guy who said, "I'll have these NIGGER voting Democrat for the next next 1,000 years." What's that guy's name?
I don't
Hold on,
remember.
hold on.
I know exactly what you're talking about, though.
I'll have these Negroes voting Democrat for the next 1,000 years. Lyndon Baines Johnson. After old boy was unalived, he takes place. And because remember, the NIGGER voting Democrat for 200 years, not 1,000. Forgive me. I have, this is because he signed the Civil Rights Bill, and this is what transitioned a lot of Black people over to the Democratic Party, because we were Republican. Martin Luther King was a Republican. Blah blah blah. So, every so often it switches, but to combat that, what they'll do is get a person to emulate whoever was in office prior. That's where you saw Kamala, Joe, Obama. Those were all basically the same person in practice. So with that said, no, what you're seeing now is something that you would not have seen had old girl taken office. But let me get back to the what I was saying. My apologies. Please forgive me. I'm just going to go back to see what I had up here. Remarks Trump. Oh yeah. So old girl was paying people to unalive their babies. Trump said, if you move to his freedom city, he will pay people to have babies. He didn't say IVF. Child care proposal. I think that's baby bonus. Who will pay the price for baby bonuses? The concept of baby bonuses has been touted as a solution for declining birth rates, but beneath the surface lies a troubling impact of women's rights. And hold on, I think I may have. Okay, I thought I lost my audio. But they were called baby bonuses. If you choose to have a baby, they will reward you with money in these freedom cities. And this was a diametric opposite to old girl saying, if you go in her city, she'll pay you. Well, not go in her city. If you vote for her, she'll pay you not to have a baby. And Trump, quiet as kept, said, if you vote for me, I will pay you to have a baby. And I don't know if you remember that, but it came off really misogynistic. Trump was like, "Oh, if you a man, you lucky."
Anything he says come off misogynistic, especially, bro. And it really don't help that he decided one of the things that's in his 100 plan initiative is that he's going to remove the ability for women to claim children on their taxes if they're being paid child support. So when you do stuff like that, it do seem misogynistic, bro, because it doesn't seem as if the woman is in mind, respectfully. And Donald Trump, he come from that old, y'all gotta remember, this man almost 80 years old. He's from the old school. So a lot of his mindset, even though we see him on the internet, is very old-minded, very old school.
What he was basically saying, and it is kind of funny to me. Men are going to be lucky because he's going to pay you to bust one off. If you bust one off,
we will support baby boomers, and we will support baby bonuses for a new baby boom. How does that sound? That sounds pretty. I want a baby boom. Oh, you men are so lucky out there. You're so lucky. You are so lucky, men.
Brother, did you hear that?
I heard it, and I really wish you would have been like, families are so lucky for this time. Instead of like, men, you are so lucky because that did not help him at all.
Bro, if you put her in the bow-legged chicken, if you hold her down and you are able to and get one in for the team, then that's making America great again, and you're gonna have fun doing it. You're gonna have fun doing it. You're gonna be very lucky as a man. This is a very good time for a man. If you want to spread your seed and have fun doing it, get paid, get you a house, get you a job. But here's the catch, brother. I'm sorry, not to cut your wisdom. You're gonna ask that question, but you're gonna have to work for Elon. What's your question, please?
No, I was gonna ask you, do I get paid to have more babies? Because I want like 7 more.
Yes.
Because I gotta work for Elon. That's dead. My children ain't working for him.
No. You're gonna get paid to have the babies, but you're gonna have to work for Elon, brother. Do you know? No. I'm sorry. Don't answer this question. Please don't answer the question. Let me ask the listening audience. Listening audience, how many babies does Elon have? I want to ask the listening audience, how many babies does Elon have? Because this whole thing about baby bonuses and the first smart city, the first freedom city is going to be Starbase. How many babies does Elon Musk has? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what the answer is. We're gonna Google it, but I know it's not 4. Somebody said 4, somebody said 2, somebody said 0. What? That's 0. I don't know what that means. If they're trying to be funny or not. But nonetheless, okay, brother, you want to take a shot at it? How many babies do you?
Elon get around? I know he got around at least 8.
Yeah.
I know, because that was one of the main reasons why he went to Texas, so that he didn't have to do something as it pertains to child support. Because once you break like the 6th threshold, they only gonna charge you a certain amount in child support in Texas. And that also, like, he just liked Texas, but also, bro, like, yeah, if you about to have a whole bunch of babies out in Texas and you don't know what's really about to happen with the government, it may be a little bit beneficial for you just to run that Texas play.
How many babies does Elon Musk have? I should have said kids, but I'm from the hood.
Dang.
Yeah, 12.
I'm not mad at it.
So when I tell you the whole baby bonus, you're very lucky for men. We're gonna give men jobs. We're gonna give men a house. We're gonna give you a car, and we're gonna take cheating to the next level, brother, because we're not gonna have no cheating. You ain't gonna be able to sleep with another man's wife, but we will give you depending on how good your performance is, you will get a sex bot bonus.
Oh no. You gotta give me another human bonus. You can keep the robots. I need a bonus one.
I'm just joking on the I'm just joking on
bro. I'm about to say it may be a joke, but they say it's a little bit of truth in all them jokes. And that is we are going to be in a future where people have AI girlfriends right now. To think that people are going to develop relationships with their robots that's going to be able to speak with them and possibly you can possibly pay extra to get extra parts put on there. Like, yeah, I'm not knocking what you're saying at all, bro.
So we have Donald Trump, Man of the Year. He gets shut down on Twitter. He leaves Twitter, creates Truth Social. Elon comes in, buys Twitter. Donald Trump beats the Matrix. Donald Trump's first campaign, his first presidential term was like Neo versus the Matrix. It was a Matrix attack that he survived. Donald Trump goes through the Biden years, which is a 4-year Democratic term. And the Biden years are hallmarked by the Matrix. So now, prior to the Biden years, old boy told old girl, he said, she said, I can't believe a guy like this would do that. And Donald Trump says to her, because you'd be in jail. And one of the hallmarks of Hillary Clinton's scandals, because she has many, one of them is the the Hillary Clinton emails. This is the Matrix, which was very good to her because she was able to get through virtually unscathed. Next, you get the laptop from hell, and this is not in any particular order. These two are drastically different in time frame. However, they're similar because we're going to see democratic rule through technology as a stumbling block versus Trump using technology as a source of empowerment, where you're going to see Trump come out with Truth Social, you're going to see Hillary come out with Truth Antisocial. Trump comes out with Truth Social, Hunter Biden comes out with the laptop from hell. So what we're seeing is the impact of a double-edged sword. This thing can build you up to be a powerhouse like Teflon Don, or it can build you up to be America's most hated internet meme. In many cases, as we're seeing thus far. So now the word I'm sorry, arsenal of democracy. I wanted to go into that. Have you ever heard of that before?
No,
No,
sir.
my apologies. I don't want to go into that. I want to go into technocracy. So the Democrats, because remember, this is Hillary. This is Hunter. Hunter, for those who don't know, is the son of Joe Biden. Joe Biden has never been a technological vanguard. And the only way that Joe Biden has ever been considered tech savvy is when Joe Biden has been accused of being a robot. In fact, can somebody in the listening audience type in the word Joe bot? From now on, it's not called a robot. It's called a Joe bot. And of course, I'm just being funny, keeping it light. No disrespect to Joe Biden. Much respect to him and his family. If that's the type of thing you want to do, it's all good over here, family. I'm just kind of playing around to a small degree. Anyway, so, but no, on a serious note, Joe has never been accused of being a wiki nerd or a part of the Geek Squad, or whatever the case may be. So his son comes out with the laptop from hell. They hide that. They say that the laptop from hell is Russian disinformation. This is Donald Trump's first campaign. This is the Matrix attack. They fumbled the ball with technology. Donald Trump has invested in technology. So with technology, they've spread disinformation. They said, hey, what you saw, you did not see, even though we all know we saw it. We all know this dude deserves to be in jail. We all know it. So with that said, these are the Democrats who bring you the democracy. There's a new idea, well, it's not really new. It's called technocracy. The technocracy movement was a social movement active in the United States and Canada in the 1930s, which favored technocracy as a system of government over representative democracy and concomitant partisan politics. Historians associate the movement with engineer Howard Scott's Technical Alliance and Technocracy Incorporated prior to the international factionalism that discovered the later organized that dissolved the latter organization during the Second World War. Technocracy was ultimately overshadowed by the proposals for dealing with the crisis of the Great Depression. Technocracy was supposed to take off under Donald Trump, under his first election, under his first term for president, but covert. The pandemic stopped him. Technocracy was supposed to take off in the 1930s, but the Great Depression stopped it. I don't know if anybody's paying attention, but history is repeating itself. Now, what we're seeing in 2025, the age of information, is technocracy coming back. The republic will never go away. but democracy will go away. So technocracy is the amalgamation of the two words, technology and democracy. Democracy will go away and democracy will be replaced by technocracy. It's going to happen this year, folks. What you're seeing is Donald Trump, he's teaming up. This is the Avengers. The lineup. I'm about to name the names right now. This is the Avengers. Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, TikTok CEO. Dang, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. Dang, nabbing, you racist. Mark Zuckerberg. What is the owner of the TikTok name? Mark Zuckerberg.
I don't know how many names.
They're all going to team up. But here, while I'm typing that, what were you going to say?
Elon Musk's grandfather is a listed technocrat, just so you're aware.
Damn, Gina. These are the ones that are going to team up with Donald Trump. These are the ones that are going to team up with Donald Trump. This is going to be the new technocracy. Donald Trump's going to team up with Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and the TikTok dude. I'm sorry. Somebody type his name in the comments because I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. So now, let me go back over here because I got to walk y'all through this. Technocracy is going to come back. Now, why is this important? Because he has this dude in his pocket. Elon Musk. I'm joking. Nikola Tesla. This is Nikola Tesla. This is all from the 1800s. Family, press 5. Do we do 555 already, brother? No.
No.
Press 555 if you ever heard of Tartaria. Press 555. And here, you, brother, I want to ask you, are you familiar with the concept, the theory, the hypothesis of the mud floods of Tartaria?
Yes, I am. Like it is, I favor that theory over the way how we're taught some of the biblical stories.
Absolutely. So now, in Tartaria, there is advanced technology and an advanced civilization. I was having a conversation with this girl, and it was really an argument, but we kept it light, we kept it cool, but we were going against each other. And she says, we're smarter today than we were back then. I said, excuse me? We're smarter today than we were. Now, remember, cell phones are dumbing people down. My grandma could go into the store, and by the time she gets to the cash register, she'll know how much everything costs, including tax.
Mm-hmm.
This is no calculator back then. My grandma didn't have a cell phone. My grandma didn't have a iPhone or an Apple Watch. My grandma didn't even have a calculator. She's doing all this pencil and paper. Dinosaurs. So old girl telling me, she says, yeah, we're smarter now than we were back then. I say, I don't believe that, but hey, listen, to each his own. Anyway, the hypothesis of the mud floods is that there was ancient technology that not only would rival, but even surpass what we know today, that was lost in mud floods and other catastrophic events. I digress. With that said, that information was there. We lost it, but it was there. After the mud floods, Nikola Tesla comes along. Nikola Tesla is the one who Elon Musk names his car company after. Nikola Tesla at that point is dealing with aliens and all types of stuff. So after Nikola Tesla dies, he's not alive in this anymore. His legacy was resurrected. I'm sorry, all of his stuff that he was that he wrote down. His personal belongings were confiscated by the FBI. And this letter is from the FBI. It reads on Friday, January 8th, Mr. LMC Smith called me in connection with the death of Nikola Tesla. He advised me that he was concerned about the possibility of enemy agents confiscating some of the trunks of Tesla, who had died on January 7th. He understood that the War Department was interested in this matter and that apparently the Alien Property Custodian's Office was taking some action. Brother, the Alien Property Custodian's Office is a euphemism. It's code for Men in Black. Here come the Men in Black. The Men in Black, the movie, that government department was inspired by the Alien Property Department of the United States government. Why is this important? Because the dude who was the head of that department was John G. Trump, Donald Trump's uncle. Donald Trump's uncle gets all the papers from Nikola Tesla. It says, Mr. Smith indicated that he was taking the alien property custodian along with the same lines. I told him that in view of the fact that he was going to handle the matter with the alien property custodian's office, there did not appear to be any action with the Bureau could not or should take. This is from the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, United States Department of Justice, DOJ. So why is this important? Because when Nikola Tesla was resurrected, he was resurrected as a car company. Well, Crumb, why is it important that Elon Musk resurrected Nikola Tesla as a car company? Now I'm ready to talk about the arsenal of democracy. Give me just a second. I'll keep that there. Let's go here. Yeah, let's go here. Arsenal of democracy. Arsenal of democracy was a slogan used by President FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And Franklin Delano Roosevelt, before I continue reading, is very important. And I'll tell you why. Donald Trump, if you look, everybody's calling Donald Trump a king, a dictator. Donald Trump is a king, dictator. Northeastern University, the president now gets to behave like a king or a dictator. Everybody's saying it. University of Sydney. Does Donald Trump really want to be a dictator? AP News. Trump vows to only be a dictator on his first day. Anyway, I'm just going on a tangent for that aspect of it. But nonetheless, the first king, the closest thing America has ever had to a king was not George Washington. The closest thing America has ever had to a king was Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who served 4 terms in office, and he would have served 5 had he not died in office. The arsenal of democracy was a slogan used by FDR to describe the United States' role in World War II. The term referred to the country's industrial capacity to produce weapons and suppliers of the war efforts. When you're dealing with a war, you're dealing with industry. What industry is Donald Trump focused on? The brother trust fund said it at the very beginning. At the very beginning, he come out the door talking about, as soon as the live come on, the brother start talking about NVIDIA. Why he start talking about that, y'all? Why trust fund baby of all people, Mr. Money Minded himself, come out the door as soon as the live come on NVIDIA? He and the way you did it, brother, it was like you was holding it. I was like, oh wow, okay, that's how you feel. which is it's important because you are that dude who would know something about something like this. But this is the tech war. This is a tech warrior. NVIDIA today would have been what was the famous gladiator back in those days? I forgot his name.
Spartacus.
Spartacus. Nvidia today, in terms of warriors, would have been Spartacus back then. That's why he said Nvidia could. This is one of the warriors of today. Family, once this joint says plus 4.14 today. Brother, do you know when Donald Trump takes the inauguration? I'm sorry. Will stocks go up when Donald Trump gets into office? When Donald Trump takes, family, I don't know what you want to invest in. And let me breathe because we're going on 2 hours. I'm going to breathe. I want you to tell the people who you are, where we can find you at. And then I'm going to tell the people, if y'all don't reach out to this brother, because the stock's about to go up, you better invest in something. Brother, can you tell the family who you are, where we can find you at? Then we're going to talk about this money.
Peace, everyone. I am DJ Bay, also known as Trust Fund Baby. On Instagram, you can find me at Official Trust Fund Baby, and on YouTube, Official Trust Fund Baby. If you need to reach out to me, my number been the same for almost 15 years. It's the company line 248-325-8702. I don't charge for consults. I build with everybody, and we also have a free community in school. And I teach people how to build wealth, how to scale companies, how to increase valuations, how to get into government contracting. Also, how to automate your company so that you can have an exit strategy. I have helped people to sell businesses, and I have also been able to make a few businesses myself reach past 7 figures. So if you need help, I'm here.
That's why he's up here with me now. He's going to assist me, family. You have to get the right tool to do the right job. And he is definitely an asset. He's not a liability in terms of people I put myself around. So tap all the way in. Shout out to you, brother. Okay, so yeah, with that said, there is going to be a jump in stocks. Crumb, I know this one dude, he be day trading. If you a day trader, if you do anything in them stocks, that joint going to be jumping like Jordan Monday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time when the bell ring. Tap in. Anyway, with that said, so going back into this whole tech thing, where was I at? Let's go over here. Arsenal of Democracy. There's no coincidence when they resurrected Elon Musk. I'm sorry, excuse me. When they resurrected Nikola Tesla, they resurrected him under a car company. Why? Because just like I was just reading to you with this whole thing for World War II, these car companies, I think this is right here. It says World War II is somewhere in here. There we go. Technocracy Incorporated prior to the internal factionalism that dissolved the later organization during the Second World War. With that said, what we're seeing right now is an extension of World War II. Donald Trump, with his flying cars specifically, is an extension of World War II. Why? Because with Tartaria, they hid that information with the mud floods. We've already established that, brother. Check.
Yes. I don't know if they seen it, but World War II was also the same time that we had the same president that was able to run 4 times. And remember, Donald Trump said that this will be the last time they vote. So, and then you're talking about the issuing in of a technocracy, which was in place around this time, and you see they was able to run, and you literally laid out what the technocracy is going to be after Monday. And so just to think that Donald Trump just been talking crazy is actually nuts, because he's putting in the footwork and you just laid it all out for everybody to see, bro.
I couldn't have said it better. Thank you so much for a well put synopsis. Gratitude. Yeah, absolutely. So there you have that part in a nutshell. So we get the Tartaria mudslides, which as a natural catastrophe, that a catastrophic event that stops the technology. We can't do nothing about that. That's you know, that's in God's hands. You know, when it's storming, grandma said God doing his work, sit down somewhere. So next happens is old boy comes with his technology. Elon Musk, I keep saying Elon Musk, Nikolai Tesla, and his information gets suppressed by JP Morgan. Nikolai Tesla is going to war because I told y'all I wasn't going to delete this picture. What picture is it? This one right here.
Bro, do you think, because I just seen somebody ask in the chat as well, because he said, why name the company Tesla? And I heard you call it a car company. Do you think it's a car company or is it a tech company? Or is it just like, or is just the parent company to everything else that's to come? I wanted to get your opinion on it.
No, it's very much a car company, and it has to be a car company. And I'll say this: one of the biggest disappointments of Y2K was flying cars. Everybody said, you know, go back and listen to Prince. Let's party like it's 1999. When we went into 2000, Eric said, what is one of the biggest disappointments of going into year 2000? Everybody and their mama said, I was expecting us to have flying cars by this time. I was expecting us to have flying cars by this time. So for it to be a car company is very important. In addition to that, Donald Trump, never forget, Freedom Cities will have flying cars.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump said specifically, now there was a lot of political theater, there's a lot of rigmarole, and we were talking about Scamala and kind of laughing about all of that, which was cool, no problem. But one of his campaign promises is that he was going to bring us 10 freedom cities to have specifically flying cars. Do you think, and let me ask the listening audience, press 666 if you think Elon Musk influenced Donald Trump on the campaign trail to incorporate flying cars as a campaign promise. I want to ask the listening audience, press 666 if you suspect that Elon Musk influenced Donald Trump to incorporate flying cars as a part of his campaign promise. Press 666. Now, why is this important? Because cars have always been a part of the arsenal of democracy. Crumb, why you keep saying arsenal of democracy? Because all of this, well, not all of it, a lot of this started with World War II. We're dealing with technocracy. The most famous movie dealing with technocracy is going to be Terminator. The most famous movie dealing with technocracy is going to be the movie Terminator. Crumb, what's technocracy? Go back and watch Terminator. Okay, never mind. Got it.
Skynet. You can even watch the cartoon, the new one, if you ain't got time to watch the movie. Skynet. Just look into
it. What you talking about? Technocracy. Go watch Terminator. Never mind. Anyway, so with that said, the arsenal of democracy are cars. Cars are the arsenal of democracy. Remember, Nikolai Tesla was not a regular ragtag inventor. Nikolai Tesla back then would have been Tony Stark's today. Nikolai Tesla was the one who was dealing with energy. Nikolai Tesla was a weapons dealer. Stop trying to, oh, she's not fat, she big bone. Stop trying to doll shit up. Nikolai Tesla was a weapons dealer.
He was the original Tony Stark.
Y'all out there putting guns in the, who was out there putting guns in the hood? Nikolai Tesla. Okay, I'm joking. Nikolai Tesla was not putting guns in the hood, but Nikolai Tesla was one of the dudes who would have been doing that. Probably not one of the dudes who would have been doing that in particular, but Nikolai Tesla was a weapons dealer. I really need to stop my crap and stop doing that and just kind of, anyway. Okay, so with that said, Why is it important that Nikola Tesla was a weapons dealer? Wait, where am I at? Because we're dealing with the arsenal of democracy. Cars are weapons. So now, look in the comments, brother. Look in the comments. D Row VS typed in BMW. You see that? Did you see that? Can you hit that comment for me real quick?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Yeah,
You said
let's
BMW?
D Row capital VS typed in here BMW.
This one.
This person right here. BMW is not a car company. BMW is an arsenal of democracy. Let's be 100% clear about that, family. BMW built the engines for the Nazi regime, Air Force.
Oh, shit. Bro, you're completely right. I drive German cars. Volkswagen. Hitler. Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, you're completely right. It didn't click until you just said that.
During the Second World War, BMW was classified as a German armaments and war materials manufacturer. This is an arsenal of democracy and devoted its resources almost exclusively to building aircraft engines for the German Air Force. A lot of people tell you BMW brought you the first drones. Amen, church. BMW brought you the first UFOs. Islam mosque.
They did.
Shalom synagogue. I'm doing too much right now.
Bro, damn. I've really been overlooking car companies. Like,
bro, do you know about Mercedes-Benz?
I know that they're a subsidiary of Volkswagen. Volkswagen, which is German, controls a lot of these car companies. So that means that the Germans themselves have been an arsenal of democracy since around Hitler times, and they still are that for a lot of countries.
So Nikola Tesla is an arms dealer. When Nikola Tesla dies, the FBI goes to pick up his stuff, say, hey, this guy, because he's probably a dangerous person. He's probably got some really dangerous stuff in that room, in those trunks. FBI goes and gives the stuff to the Department of Alien Technology, which is ran by Donald Trump's uncle, John G. Trump, who was the head of the Men in Black. Here come the Men in Black. The Men in Black. They inspected. They said, hey, there's nothing to see here, even though he had death rays and some more ish in that jank. But 1942 is the birth of the military industrial complex. So AI overview. AI, I'm just joking. I call it Skynet. Skynet said, while not solely responsible for the concept of research and development, Germany is widely recognized as a pioneer in actively integrating research into its industrial sector, with a strong emphasis on developing new technologies through dedicated research and research institutions and universities, making them a leading force in the field of research and development globally. Notable examples include the development of the modern research university system and significant contributions from German inventors like Carl Benz. Do you see that right there? Carl Benz? You see that?
Yeah.
Brother.
You see the benefit of money, though? Part him being an investor, he got family lineage that people are seeking after right now to this day.
You can take off the D-roll comment. Now, Carl Benz. I'm just going to ask you, brother. Who do you think, if you had to guess, who do you think Carl Benz is?
That's crazy.
If you had to guess.
Like, when you say who I think he is, like, I feel like, if first off, he had to be affiliated with the Germans. He had to be high ranking and an investor. He seemed like he would have been like a part of one of these 13 families. Like he had to be somebody of influence, bro. But I've never heard of the Ben. I didn't even know Benz was the last name until I just seen that.
Carl Benz first car, and my apologies, it's not investor, it's inventor.
I got you.
Carl Benz invented the first car. Carl Benz first car was the Benz patent motor wagon, which he built in 1885. Remember, slavery ended in 1865. It was the first car to be mass produced and is considered the first practical modern automobile. Carl Benz builds you Elon Musk came out with the very first electric car. He builds you the very first car.
That is right, because General Ford went over to Germany in order to go get insight on how to build out his plants here.
Bingo. That's all wise, right, and exact. So now Elon Musk, the weapons dealer, brings you a car which has always been a weapon. So now, who does Hitler team up with to bring you World War II? What country? What country does Germany team up with to bring you World War II? Let's let the people in the listening audience throw some answers out there. Let's give them 30 seconds, and then you and I will go at it. Japan, thank you. Japan. So now, when you think about industry, Germany is going to bring you the first car. They're going to, and those cars are going to be Benzes and Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. This is Germany. Brother, do you remember what type of car Hitler drove?
Was it a Volkswagen?
Maybach.
It was
Hitler
a Maybach.
drove a Maybach.
I know that it's crazy because Volkswagen owns. So just real quick, so people can understand why I keep on saying that. Volkswagen owns Audi. Volkswagen owns Bugatti. They own Bentley. They own partially Lamborghini. Porsche. There's something called Seat. Dakota, Ducati, MAN, Cupra, and Volkswagen, and it's in Volkswagen commercial vehicles. All of that shit is under the Volkswagen umbrella.
This right here is Hitler in his Maybach. Remember, Maybach was one of the most German engineering. German engineering is the best engineering in the world, or at least that's what people say. So now you're going to see where Hitler drove a Maybach. In addition to that, let me back up. Let me back up. Give me just a second. Did Batman drive a Maybach? Brother, I'm serious. There's a heart attack on Stroke Street. Yes, Bruce Wayne, Maybach. Bruce Wayne, the Batmobile was a Maybach. We're dealing with arsenals of democracy.
That's crazy.
The Batmobile was a Maybach. Bruce Wayne drove a Maybach. This is the arsenal of democracy. When Elon Musk was resurrected, did it have to be a car company? Yes. So now let's go back to Japan. When you're dealing with Germany, you're dealing with large engines. Brother, this is a freaking two-door. This is do you see how big this two-door is?
Mm-hmm.
That's a two-door. The engine in that thing is bigger than the car itself, damn near.
Which one is that? Is that a Spectrum? The one with the Batman symbol on it?
This one right here?
Yeah, because they released an electric one. So a lot of that space in the new one, that's a lot of that shit trunk space in the new one. But the old ones, the engines was huge on those joints.
when you go back and look at the Batman car, it was a
Mhm.
2-door with a big engine. That was a
Bro,
UFO engine.
you remember on when they did the Hummer and they chopped it into a Lambo? I just told you Lamborghini is owned by Volkswagen, bro. Still German. They still in alignment with it. That one right
Nazis.
there, that one is a Lambo and a Hummer chopped together.
Wow. Nazis created UFOs. Why did they put a UFO engine inside of a car? Maybach music. They put a UFO engine inside of a car and they called it a Maybach. Maybach. I just like saying Maybach. Obviously, I'm overdosing. But no, it says Nazi UFOs, the legends and myths of Hitler flying UFO saucers. Who created the aeronautics for Hitler, brother?
Oh,
Who
for
created
Hitler,
for Hitler?
I know that some of Tesla's research was over that way,
That
but I don't know what their connections was.
that was BMW. Did
BMW.
BMW create UFOs? Hold on. Did BMW create UFOs?
But they created. What does that say, bro?
But they did create a fake crop circle pattern in Gobi Desert to promote the launch of this one series car. Why did you create fake crop circles to promote a car? Because you're saying that the car has a UFO engine. Crop circles. Let's go over here. Nazi UFOs. Why is there a Nazi UFO article? Well, now when I type in the Nazi UFO article, I'm gonna hit Control F and I'm gonna type in BMW. The alleged hangar at Kelby where the BMW Flugelrad was stored under occupation.
Okay, like how somebody said, this ties into Operation Paperclip, Operation High Jump, Operation Fishbowl. Those two are, well, all three of them are actually United States operation, and all of them dealt with their interactions with Germans are either Nazis.
When you're dealing with cars, it's an arsenal of democracy. So now we were talking about Japan. If Germany was creating the BMWs, the UFOs, Japan is creating the Benzes, the Batmobile. I'm sorry, if Germany's doing that, they're creating big engines. What is Japan creating? Think about cars. What is Japan creating during World War One? So
I actually
don't
don't.
don't say Germany. Say BMW. Don't say Nazis. Say Benz. Stop saying Japan. Start saying Suzuki. Small engines. Hey, we already got the big engines. Hey, you want to go to war? Yeah. Well, what am I going to do? Well, here, I'm going to create the big engines. Well, what am I going to do? You're going to create small engines. Stop saying Japan. Start saying what?
The corporation name, Suzuki.
Yamaha. Small engines.
A lot of
Just
them
like
were motorcycle companies before they became car companies. Even I believe Honda was too.
This is the arsenal of democracy. Those small engines were used for what? What was Japan using small engines for? Oh, crumb, you know what? That's right. Pearl Harbor. What was they using small engines for? Pearl Harbor's the hint.
They had small fighter crafts as well.
Submarines. Submarines. Pearl Harbor was a submarine hit. They were using submarines, small engine submarines. Small engine submarines, small engine Yamaha, small engine torpedoes, small engine Suzuki. Stop saying Italy. What car industry was in war at the time when Italy threw their hat in there? What was the arsenal of democracy? Maserati.
I'm about to say, what cars are Italian? Maserati.
Maserati. Stop saying Italy. Start saying Maserati. Stop saying Germany. Start saying Benz. Stop saying Japan. Start saying Yamaha. Stop saying America. And what do you got to say? You got to say Chrysler, the Christ slayer.
Are these communist countries?
No, America's not a communist country.
No, I don't mean the United States. I mean like the ones where the origins where these businesses come from.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Because if that's the case, the country they do be having a little bit of say so.
Chrysler, the Christ slayer. That's a 5-pointed star. Do you recognize that 5-pointed star, brother?
Yeah.
That's a war star. That's a war star. Here, let me go over here. 5-pointed war star of Sirius. All. The 5-pointed war star of Sirius points to refers to the 5-pointed star symbol often associated with the star Sirius in ancient Egyptian culture. 5-pointed star World War II vehicles. That's the Christ slayer. That's the 5-pointed Chrysler star. That's the war star of Sirius. That's the signs and symbols are for the conscious mind. Chrysler brought you all those war vehicles, and they put that 5-pointed war star, the same 5-pointed war star that Chrysler put all over their vehicles. And if you think that I'm reaching on that one, that 5-pointed war star right there, the Christ slayer, star of Sirius, Egyptian Dendera. God dang it. Anyway, you can see it right there. There's the 5-pointed war star. There, this right here, the same 5-pointed. Do you see that pointed war star right there? That's the Chrysler symbol. That 5-pointed star right there, that's the exact same symbol right there. That's the 5-pointed war star of Sirius. So when I tell you that old boy brought you Tesla, when Tesla was reborn, was resurrected through Elon Musk, it had to be a car company because your car companies are your arsenals of democracy. So now, within this arsenal of democracy, he's going to bring you Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, and the TikTok dude. Somebody seriously got to get me his name. I can't remember. I never knew it. Now, don't forget, Trump is also going to bring you crypto. In 2 days, crypto is going to jump, brother. Let me ask press 777 if the value of crypto is going to go up in 2 days. Press 777 if the value of crypto is going to go up in 2 days.
Homie name is Xiao Z Chu. Good luck with that.
Shaolin, Tiger Lily. That's right. That was very racist of me. Please forgive me. So with that said, you're going to see a tech boom. Now, this city, Starbase, brother, you want to know what Starbase is going to look like? You want to know what Starbase is going to look like?
Yeah.
Go.
I'm trying to see if I want residence there.
I got you. I'm gonna show you what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna show you what it's gonna look like. Dang, nabbit, come on. Come on. All right, Robot City. This this what no, this ain't from the movie. I'm trying to find a scene from the movie in iRobot. In the movie iRobot, um, it, they were living in a smart city in the movie iRobot, and in in particular, there was a scene in iRobot where they had what did they have? They had not a Tesla, an autonomously driving bus or some type of semi truck.
Yeah, that
And
they were
and
dropping the robots in and everything.
I'm sorry.
And even they remember it was the scene when they had dropped the robots off and then the door just opened up and then they came out. But also Will Smith, he was tripping over the car driving for him. The crazy thing, that is not the only piece of cinema that depicts that happening. There was a series that came out, it was like Class of 09. It was about FBI agents, but it was about the future. And nobody was driving on the road. Only reason why this woman was allowed to overtake the car was because she was law enforcement. And then the car asked her, like, why are you taking over? We will be in the point where nobody will be driving, bro, because humans are not the best drivers.
Factory. So Elon Musk is talking about bringing you the those semi trucks, and they had the semi truck in the movie iRobot as well. They had the robots. There was a scene in the movie iRobot where the girl is at old boy's house, Will Smith's, and he has like a radio or something, and she's trying to turn it on, or maybe she's trying to turn it off. I don't know, but she's like, off, turn, terminate, cease, no. And she can't, and like and Will Smith goes over there and he presses the off button, and she's like, you got to press a button. He's like, yeah, it's like an old thing from it was like a really funny scene. And I might be confusing that with I Am Legend, but I'm almost sure it was in iRobot.
No, I think you're right. It was an Ira because I don't even it wasn't too many people in I Am Legend, but I know because he really was only playing the Bob Marley stuff. But either way, it still correlates to what the message is, bro, because humans are so conditioned to like people so quickly be like, Siri, do this, Siri, do that, instead of them looking it up. We live in a microwave society and we're getting conditioned to live that way. It's getting real dangerous.
Exactly. So let me go back to my thing. Can you see this? Let me see. Okay, yeah, technocracy. So we're going to in Elon Musk's first city, they're going to launch the technocracy, and this is going to be where you interact with the internet of things. This is what they were trying to do, but with 5G, but they got stopped by covert the pandemic. Now I don't know. Are you familiar with Jared Kushner? I think his name is Jared Kushner.
Is he related to Ashton?
I don't think so. Jared Kushner. I think it's Jared Kushner. This dude. So Jared Kushner is the husband of Ivanka Trump. Ivanka Trump. This is the same Ivanka Trump who, when she was 18 years old, she had an affair with Barry. What was it, Barry Gordy? With Barry Gordy when he was 65 years old. That
What?
Ivanka Trump.
What type of stuff daughter into?
Did Barry Gordy? No, it wasn't Barry Gordy. Quincy Jones. Did Quincy Jones have a relationship with Ivanka Trump? Quincy Jones once revealed he dated Ivanka Trump, but she had the wrong father.
What does that even mean?
I'm not going to go there. Even though I go, we're going to have to open up that can of worms another day. So Ivanka's husband's name is Jared. Jared is really big into 5G. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Mm-mm.
Jared Kushner sold out 5G to Israeli intelligence. Jared he's really deep into bed with Israel and 5G. Remember, the 5G thing got stopped by covert, the pandemic. This is Donald Trump's son-in-law who married his daughter. His daughter's a super freak, but let's not go there tonight. This is January 18th, 2025. 10:45 Eastern Standard Time. But anyway, so yes, with that said, this city is going to be powered by the new 5G, maybe even 6G. And he's using all of these people. But there's one person who is infamously not going to be aligned with Trump, and his name is Bill Gates. Bill Gates is the Democratic side. Remember, Bill Gates is the arch nemesis of Elon Musk. Elon Musk said population collapse. Bill Gates said population overcrowding, or I don't know what word he used. Forgive me. But Bill Gates is on the Democratic side going against.
You muted yourself, bro.
Yeah, I just saw that. Sorry about that.
Right,
Please forgive me. But yeah, so with that said, what we're seeing is technocracy. We're seeing the current president align not with. Oh, I'm sorry. This was the last point I wanted to make to you, and then we can close out. So, the New World Order, the Trilateral Commission, 1979. The Trilateral Commission is international and is intended to be the vehicle for multinational consolidation of the commercial and banking interests by seizing control of political government of the United States. The Trilateral Commission represents a skillful, coordinated effort to seize control and consolidate the four centers of power: political, monetary, intellectual, and ecclesiastical. This is coming from Barry M. Goldwater. The early days. The co-founded in 1973 by David Rockefeller and this other dude whose name I'm not even going to try to pronounce. Floated idea in 1972 at the Bilderberg meeting. So now Rockefeller, along with this other dude, had floated an idea. 289 handpicked members. This is the Trilateral Commission. The Trilateral Commission was born at the Bilderberg conference, whatever it's called, Bilderberg meetings. North America, Europe, and Japan. It's the Trilateral Commission. 97 of the U.S., Democrats and Republicans, bankers, industrialists, academics, politicians, media, law firms, and non-governmental organizations. This is what the organization looks like, the Trilateral Commission. The original trilateral policy fosters a new international economic order. Bitcoin's coming. Promote interdependence. Promote free trade by dismantling tariffs and trade barriers. I don't know how this is going to work. Magazine from 1988 predicts collapse in new world currency. Now this, they said by 2018. They're a couple years off. Well, why is this important? Because the Trilateral Commission said they wanted to rule by technocracy. Where is my technocracy screen? The Trilateral Commission.
Actually, bro, that was a little bit late because remember, Bitcoin came in 2009. XRP was probably out in like 2011. It's just the public didn't really get wind of it till later. So they was probably a little bit late, but they was on point.
Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. My apologies. I don't want to drag this thing out longer than it has to be. That is not my intention. Please forgive me. But I did really, really vehemently want to show you where the Trilateral Commission says that they want to operate through technocracy. And the reason I can't do the Control F that I usually do, that will instantly take me to it, is because I suspect that whatever source material that I used was a screenshot. European Jesus. And this thing is like 100 slides long. So that's like diet racism. Here it is. Here it is.
I'm not rushing you. I wanted to see it.
I just found it. Thank you so much for your patience. Between two ages, remember, we are now in the age of Aquarius. Crumb, you know we're in the age of Aquarius. It's the age of computers. Yes, I know. So what's the ramifications of that? Because this is a double-edged swords. I love my cell phone just like y'all do, and I carry it everywhere I go. And I'm sure if I lived in a smart city, it would be effing amazing. Have a 6-figure income and work at SpaceX. And this is another thing, brother. When you go to that smart city, you know what they're going to give you more money to do to get the Jared Kushner 5G. You know what you can do to get money, right? Oh, Crump, they're going to give me $250,000 a year. They're going to give you the $250,000 a year, but your ass going to have to put that Neuralink in. Press 888 if you don't want to put the Neuralink in. Press 8. Now, are you going to do it? Probably so. Do you want to do it? Probably not. Press 888 if you want the flying car, because I want it. Press 888 if you want to live in a smart city, because I do. Press 888, but you don't want that damn Neuralink. I will take the universal basic income. I'll take the flying Tesla. I'll take the new home. I'll live in a smart city. I'll send text messages to my phone when I go to Walmart. I'll do all of that, brother. I just don't want the Neuralink. What do you say?
I actually am pro biotech. It's just about who's doing it and who's sourcing the information. I don't want my data being given to Elon Musk. I don't want somebody just being able to hit a switch and cut my brain off. I'm not pro that at all. But those are needed integrations. There's parts in biotech that can help somebody's heart to pump better, to help somebody live longer, in order to fight diseases inside of the body. I'm open to that. I just don't want to be having control over me.
Do you know who you sound like?
Who I sound like?
Do you know who you sound? Let me ask the listening audience. Listening audience, who did this brother sound like? Listening audience, I've seen a movie where a dude talked just like you. I seen a movie where the dude had talked just like you talking right now. Cybernetics and, only if I really need to. And this girl was in a car accident and I had to save her. And I've seen a movie about somebody like you, brother, who talked about something like that. And I want to ask the listening audience, who does this brother sound like when he talked like that? Because there was somebody in the movie who was talking like you. The whole Neuralink, cybernetics, living in a smart city, having to deal with all this crap. Listening audience, who he sound like? All right, so the listening audience ain't gonna call you out, brother. But listen, I'm your brother and I love you, so I'm gonna tell the truth. You sound like Will Smith in the movie I, Robot, brother. You sound like Will Smith in the movie I, Robot. Remember, Will Smith had that cybernetic arm. Will Smith had that he had that cybernetic. Never forget in the movie I, Robot, when Will Smith lived in the Will Smith didn't even like the robots and his ass had the fucking Neuralink. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for cursing.
No, you're right. I completely forgot about he for sure had biotech. He literally hated that, but apparently it saved his life.
And he's in here spray painting it, trying to hide the fact that his ass got the Neuralink. Stop trying to hide the fact. Well, Crumb, I didn't get the jab, but I did get the Neuralink. And
that's a really good it's going to be people like that who are going to be integrators, but they're going to try and hide it.
I didn't get the jab, but I did get a robot arm, Crumb. And he's sitting here. Go back and watch iRobot. He was spray painting his arm to hide the fact that his ass was part robot. If your ass go and live in that smart city, you're gonna have to get that Neuralink. You're gonna have to get that Neuralink. Y'all sitting here playing around like you ain't seen the movie. I don't know what's going to happen when Trump get in office. Yes, you do. It's called predictive programming. They showed it to you in the movies and you loved it. Oh, I just love iRobot. That's one of my favorite movies. Crumb, I'm thinking about getting me the Neuralink. If you wear weave, you'll wear the Neuralink. And I'm not picking on BBL Drizzy. You're not going to be BBL Drizzy. You dudes are getting BBLs talking about I'm not going to get Neuralink. You're going to get the BBL, but you're not going to get Neuralink? Family, come on. Come on, family. I ain't the smartest man in the world. But if your ass would get a BBL, you'll get a Neuralink. Press 999 if you believe whoever would get a BBL would get a Neuralink. Press 999 if you believe that. Whoever would get a BBL would probably get a Neuralink. And I'm going to tell you this, brother. How your ass would get a BBL, but I draw the line at a BBL. So you'll get a BBL, but you won't get a Neuralink? Come on, brother. Come on. Y'all better talk black to me. Old boy was in the movie iRobot, got his ass a Neuralink, and was hiding it. And was hiding it with the spray paint. I didn't get a BBL. Will Smith got a robot BBL and was hiding it in the movie. BBL Drizzy. Y'all voted for Trump. Go get your Elon Musk Neuralink BBL. Go get your flying car. Oh man, I think that was all I had. Let me go back over here really. Oh yeah, between the two ages, America's role in the technocratic era by this Polish dude. The Polish dude says the technotronic era involves the gradual appearance of a more controlled society. Such a society would be dominated by an elite, unrestrained by traditional values. Soon it will be possible to assert almost continuous surveillance over every citizen and maintain up-to-date complete files, maintaining even the most personal information about the citizen. These files will be subject to instantaneous retrieval by the authorities. Technocracy will replace capitalism. Technocracy, government by technicians. Your government will no longer be the Hunter Bidens, the Joe Bidens. It will no longer be the Joe Podestas and Hillary Clintons. It will be these people. These are going to be your new politicians. Welcome to the age of technocracy. They told you about this at the Bilderberg Conference and birthed it at the Trilateral Commission. And I think that's all I had, brother. That's it.
We got a Model X down in Florida, and we damn near refused to buy anything over a 2019 model because it had cameras inside of the car that would be tracking your movements, making sure that your face was utilizing making sure that you was woke while you was utilizing the autopilot. And you just think about it, for what Tesla is and everything you just explained, these cars are already implementing the aspects to track you everywhere. They're doing it in the cars, the same stuff they plan on doing with the houses. Those cars can track your movements. They can track what's around you. They can pull your audio. if you are somebody who may be doing unscrupulous things, or you may be, like in the hood, having a good time doing whatever, you should not have one of them cars, because like crime is going to be a thing of the past when this stuff get implemented, because you don't even gotta tell nobody. The houses and the cars gonna do it for you.
Yo, don't worry about speeding no more, because your car gonna snitch on you. Your car gonna snitch on you. Matter of fact, your car might have a governor on it. And I gotta be honest, like I'm just saying, in a hypothetical situation, let's say I live in a smart city, they pay me to have a baby, I buy my baby one of these flying cars, and the flying car has a governor on it to where it can't go faster than, let's say, 68 miles per hour, unless it's an extreme emergency or something where, daddy gonna have to provide the override or whatever the case may be. So
If you
things to
can
consider.
keep you an old school in the garage, make sure you go start it up every now and then, fam, because it may be a time when them cars will not be allowed on the road at all. But you just, if you don't want to, remember, I don't know if you've seen it, but in Detroit, like Chicago, some of the electric vehicles was freezing over, and people was stuck, people getting stuck in their cars, people couldn't go to work. So it is some shortcomings to this stuff. But you think, like, are they gonna start utilizing HARP in order to ensure that we can keep our world running if it goes completely tech?
I agree with you, brother. I totally agree with you. But I'm gonna ask the listening audience one more time, and y'all know I love to engage with the family. Press 999 if you want a flying car. I ain't gonna lie, brother. I want a flying car. Press 999 if your ass want. Donald Trump, I don't know if you know this, brother. Donald Trump said he was going to make flying cars affordable. Family, let's just keep it a whole bean, and I'm not trying to sell out to nobody, bro, but I want me a flying car, bro. And when you get your flying car, that flying car going to be a daggone BMW, right?
Are the airlines going to allow that, bro? Because who's still going to get on commercial flights if you got a flying car, bro?
Bro, I'm tired of flying Spirit.
I mean, that's why I'm like, I don't know how this gonna go. A lot of people gonna lose a lot of money in this transition, and a lot of companies gonna pop about the blue.
Pay me to have a baby. Give me a super cheap job. Give me the Neuralink BBL. Give me my flying car.
The fact you call it a Neuralink BBL is crazy.
Family, y'all please take me with a grain of salt. I'm obviously joking. Take these things very seriously. It's nothing. It is honestly not a laughing matter. We are about to go into a new age as of Monday, and it is something seriously that requires us to really, be on guard, because again, it is a double-edged sword, as the brother was saying. There will be a lot of good things to come, but with that, there will be a lot of, first generation anything has bugs in it. So, I don't want to be one of the people that crash, but I do want to be one of the people that, I do want to kind of take my joint out for a spin, bro. But nonetheless, I don't want to talk nobody to death. Brother, here, listen, before we close out, can you tell the people who you are and where we can find you at?
Peace, everyone. And once again, bro, I appreciate you for bringing me on. And not too often, before I even tell people who I am, shout out to you, bro. I honestly can say it's not too many people who I can learn from in today's society, and you just showed me some things that I wasn't aware of, and even the way how you connect the information. I was here being a student as well, so I appreciate that. But I am DJ Bay, also known as Trust Fund Baby on Instagram, official Trust Fund Baby, and I teach financial literacy. I help people grow businesses. I help people to secure their assets and establish transgenerational wealth. Also, figure out where they come from in order to make connections with the past so that they can have a better future. So, if it's about money, I'm about it, and I've helped people to become 7 figures all the way. And some people are working their way into the 9-figure realm when it comes to their business development. So, if you need help, I'm here. And My number is 248-325-8702. You can text me on that work line at any time, 248-325-8702. And once again, bro, thank you. I appreciate you every time.
Oh, always, brother. I'm humbled. I'm honored. I'm grateful. I was also going to ask, brother, if you could drop your information in the chat as well for the family. And I know you can do it in um, the description box. But for the people who are here right now, if they want to be the first responders for you, they'll have that opportunity. I was also going to say that my Cash App just changed. As soon as I started turning this thing on, Corey sent the Cash App in. I want to acknowledge you. I see you. I love you. I appreciate you. There has been a lot of other people, but it's just been such a long time. It's further up. I don't have time, but I just want to thank everybody for the support. You can be a member if you want to. I'll do more things for the members, private stuff offline. My good brother, Trust Fund Baby, and I will do things on Zoom as well. So with that said, family, smash that like button, please. It's free, it's easy, it takes a second, it works for the algorithm, it spreads the message, it does all types of good stuff, a lot I don't even know. So smash that like button. Also, thank you so much. We are at the 50,000 level, so if you want, smash the subscribe button as well. But either way, family, I want to thank y'all for tapping in. Just even watching works, of course. So I want to leave you the exact same way I came to you. I am your humble brother Crumb, and you are now watching Crumb TV. Thank you, brother. Peace.